Lesson 1. Family. Let's begin our study of collocations by learning some common expressions about the family. Your parents and siblings, brothers and sisters, are your immediate family, and your extended family includes all your relatives, uncles, cousins, great-aunts, etc. You can use a family tree to diagram the relationships among your family members. A person who is related to you by a long series of connections can be called a distant relative. If you're lucky, you have a loving family or a close-knit family. These expressions refer to a family that has good relationships, where everyone loves each other and helps each other. If you were raised in a loving family, then you probably had a carefree childhood. That means you had nothing to worry about when you were young. On the other hand, a family in which the relationships are bad or unhealthy can be called a dysfunctional family. If the children experience abuse, poverty, or problems with the law, we can say they had a troubled childhood. Perhaps the parents went through a bitter divorce. That means a separation in which there were bad or angry feelings between the husband and wife. It's also possible to have a messy divorce, with a prolonged legal battle involving lots of conflicts about the separation of the former couple's assets, money, and possessions. The decisions about the separation of assets are made in the divorce settlement. A family in which there are divorces or separations is sometimes called a broken home. Sometimes the mother and father fight over custody of the children. That refers to who has the primary responsibility of caring for the kids. A judge can grant joint custody. That means the ex-husband and ex-wife share the responsibility, or sole custody to only one parent. For example, a judge might award sole custody to the mother, and the father has to pay child support, regular payments to help with expenses for the kids. If it was a mutual divorce or separation, that means the ex-husband and ex-wife agreed to separate without fighting, then they will probably stay on good terms with each other, meaning to have a polite relationship without conflicts. If a woman gets pregnant without being married or in a relationship, then she will become a single mother. Some women in this situation choose to have an abortion, and others prefer to give the baby up for adoption. The time when the baby is planned to arrive is called the due date. You can also say the baby is due in mid-October, for example. After the woman has the baby, or gives birth to the baby is given to the adoptive parents, who will raise the child or bring up the child as if it was their own. Sometimes when the adopted child is older, he or she tries to find their birth mother, biological mother. Lesson 2. Relationships. When you move to a new city, it can be hard to make friends. You'll probably have a number of casual acquaintances, people who you know on a basic level, but with whom you don't have a significant relationship. Over time, some of these may become good friends or close friends. These collocations refer to friends with whom you have an especially strong relationship. Do you believe in love at first sight? That's when two people meet each other and immediately fall in love, perhaps because they have strong chemistry. This expression describes strong compatibility or connection between two possible romantic partners. Some people believe that their significant other, their boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, is their soulmate. This is a poetic expression that means that two people are destined to be together. It's possible for one person to have feelings for another person. This expression is an indirect way to describe romantic feelings. But if the other person doesn't feel the same way, then the feeling is not mutual. The other person might say, "He's just not my type," or "She's just not my type," meaning that they are interested in people of a different type of personality or appearance. There's nothing sadder than unrequited love, love that is not returned. Some people marry their childhood sweetheart, or high school or college sweetheart. This expression refers to a boyfriend or girlfriend from your childhood, teenage, or college years. Other couples are introduced by a mutual friend, one friend that the two people have in common. When the couple is ready to make a commitment, the man proposes to the woman. He asks her to marry him. If the marriage is good, then we say the couple is happily married. Unfortunately, not all love stories have a happy ending. Sometimes a husband or wife has an affair. They have sex with a different person. We can also say that they are cheating on their husband or wife. The expression "have an affair" is typically used only for married couples, and the expression "cheating on" can be used for married couples or for boyfriends and girlfriends.